You're watching TVC Breakfast. Now, let's get into our discussion. But before then, let's bring you this breaking news right now. The Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, has begun a 4-week warning strike to press home its demands from the government. And the union latest action is aimed at forcing the government to sign the renegotiated federal government ASU 2009 agreement and the payment of the balance of earned academic allowances, deployment of university transparency and accountability solutions, that's the UTAS, payment of lecturers on sabbatical, as well as the proliferation of universities by state governments. Recall that they've been holding marathon meetings through the weekend, and they were supposed to come out with a resolution and an announcement today, and that has been made. We'll certainly bring you updates in our bulletins today. Now let's get into our discussion, the next one. Every year on February 14th, millions across the world celebrate love with the exchange of gifts and special outings as a symbol of their affection for each other. Now, there are several stories behind the origin of Valentine's Day, but the most popular one details the story of a priest who, despite a decree against soldiers getting married, continued to secretly wed them. Upon his arrest, fell in love with the jailer's daughter and wrote his last letter to her, addressing himself as her Valentine before his execution. While this commemoration gets more widely accepted, it is not without criticism, as some people believe that the celebration of love should not be restricted to a specific day of the year, but should be every single day. The day also has an economic significance due to its increasing commercialization as people spend so much to prove their love. All right, so joining me in the studio to make sense of all of this is Youth Development Crusader, Abayomi Ashwaju. Certainly he will join us, but right now here in the studio is CEO Alvina Signature, Ruth Highway. She is here. Nice to have you join me.
Thank you for having me.
Good to see you.
Yes,
great.
Good to see you again.
Okay, now, happy Valentine's. Let me start with that.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day to you too.
Now, let me start with this. Do you think that with this, because right now, with what we're hearing and what we're seeing this morning so far, a lot of people have, there's this buzz around Valentine, and yes, so on. But do you think that there is a misunderstanding of what Valentine really is?
For me, I don't think so. I don't think there's a misunderstanding. I think Valentine's Day, we should appreciate everyone in our lives every day of the year. But 14th of February is a day that you can hide from. You have to actually celebrate the people you love, appreciate them, send them cards, gifts, and just be thankful that they are in your life.
Some believe that setting a day aside where people, because there are some people who don't give any gift to their spouse or their loved ones, whatever the thing is, until that Valentine's Day. So a lot of people feel that Valentine should be every day. Restricting it to one day limits the significance of what it is.
Yes. So let me use an example. There's a day set aside every year to celebrate Mother's Day. Well, it doesn't mean you don't love your mother. It doesn't mean you don't send her gifts, cards, presents, or whatever. So for Valentine, you have your lover or whoever is in your life. You give them gifts. You appreciate them aside Valentine's Day. But because it's a day for love, it's basically a day to celebrate. So why not celebrate? You have every reason to celebrate.
So is there a good way to Val and a bad way to Val?
No, I don't think so. There is that understanding between is sharing of love and appreciating who is in your life. So I don't think it's bad. It depends on how both of you as partners or friends want to celebrate.
Who should really be someone's Valentine partner? Who should one remember on a day like this?
Everyone in your life that you appreciate. It could be your husband, it could be friends, it could be girlfriends. There's that word, they say Galentine, where a group of girls have fun and just appreciate each other. So I think that it goes both ways. If you appreciate me, you give me something, or you just say Happy Valentine's Day, or you send me a card or a piece of chocolate. I got a piece of chocolate when I came in here.
That's amazing.
So yes, absolutely. It's I don't think it's specific to who gives you something. I think whoever is in your life and you want to appreciate them, why not? Just
all right.
do
Now there's a lot of emphasis when we talk about Valentine's Day. The first thing that comes to mind is a guy and a girl, a man and a woman, and all of that.
Yes.
Now, seeing it from that window, it looks like I heard some people discussing recently, and they said that Valentine means something more to women than men. Now, talk to us from that window.
Okay, so this is it. I believe we as women, we are on the receiving end, so we always look forward to those gifts that we get, and the men cannot be bothered. They just make sure they gift you something, but if you don't in return, that's still okay. So I think the emphasis is on the women. They want to get something. It's Valentine's Day, they must get a gift. So yeah, I think it's on the women to receive something, and the men are indifferent.
All right, so the women receive. And
they give too.
Not giving. It's
they,
just
they,
receiving.
they always do. They give because they're always there to support you emotionally and all of that. So yes, it's a good day to appreciate them for them being in your life, and it's both ways. Actually.
All right, but when there is the expectation of gifts and items and materialization and all of that, does it not water down the significance of what Valentine should be?
Well, gift is a part of it. It's a tradition that we're following. It's like this is from the 15th century all the way. Gifts
but
are part of it.
At that time, it was altruistic love. It was love, just love for the sake of love.
Love and feasting.
Okay.
So it could be a simple dinner at home. It doesn't have to be a gift. It could be a simple dinner at home. It could be taking your friends to their favorite restaurant. It could be taking your partner to their favorite restaurant or place to eat, or plan a trip, a day trip, or even weekend. Some people, today's Monday, some people might not have time to celebrate, they push it to the weekend. So yeah.
I see. That's fine. Now, we've seen situations where people demand to be given or to be recognized or to be, to feel the vow. What do you say about that?
That is a valid point. As an event planner, basically, Valentine is the kickoff of the season because you have maybe girlfriends demanding it's Valentine's Day, you better put a ring on the finger. So you have people demanding that.
But how right is that, though?
Then again, it's the dynamics of their relationship. It might be that maybe the guy wants to propose on her birthday and she wants it on Valentine's Day. So it's the dynamics in the relationship.
You have brought the issue of proposal to this now. I didn't mention it.
I'm a wedding planner.
Yeah. But let's talk about that proposal thing. The point there is, with the trend that we find ourselves right now, it is the guy that does the proposal.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that the lady cannot do the proposal.
Yes,
Good.
absolutely.
But however, in a situation where you want to be proposed to in a certain kind of way, when it is not your proposal, what do you make of that?
Of course, before a guy can propose to you, you guys have been in a relationship, you understand each other. So for women, we actually keep hinting, oh, I would like to be proposed to in Paris, oh, I would love something quiet at home. So while you're dating them, they're giving you hints as to what they want. Yeah. So I think, it makes it easier. It makes it easier for the guys to navigate and give the woman what she wants at the end of the day.
All right, even if if the guy's mind is somewhere else. Okay, fine, we'll talk about that. All right, joining me now is Ashwaju, who just joined us at the course of the discussion. He's a youth development crusader. Ashwaju, good morning.
Good morning.
And happy Valentine's Day.
Should I say same to you?
No, of course, we are all in this together. Now, I was discussing with her earlier on, Ruth earlier on, and the one question I asked her is, the way the trend and the buzz around Valentine's Day in the society and out there, are we misunderstanding what Valentine Valentine's Day or celebration really is. But she said no. Well, what do you think?
All right. Let me start by saying that there's this word on the street that this life no balance. The truth is the man who made us celebrate Valentine, we are made to believe that he sacrificed his life, for the sake of love and all that. So for me, love is more about sacrifice and of course sacrificial giving. But the reason why I said like this life no balance is because just like she said, the women seem to be on the receiving end more than the men. But who says that a woman too cannot give sacrificial gift to a man to appreciate the man for loving?
But a lot of them are doing it. To be fair,
they are absolutely.
A lot are doing it. It doesn't mean that anyway. We have more on the other side, but
not necessarily.
Most importantly, I think that this season shouldn't just because love should not be attached to romance only. It should cut across what love truly means. I expect that at this point in time, we should begin to see people move away from only showing love to the one they're romantically, involved with. They should begin to extend love to the guys on the street. They should begin to extend love to the volunteers that controls traffic without, expecting payment. They should continue to extend love to the orphans, the less privileged. I think this set of people would appreciate Valentine more. In fact, they should be the one to look forward to Valentine every year because of the way we have begun to shift our attention, to them. So for me, I think it shouldn't just be about romantic transactions only. It should be more of a giving to giving to the less privileged.
The way you qualify romantic transaction.
Of course,
transaction with romance.
All right, now Ruth, how best should we, when you're thinking about showing or expressing Valentine to someone that you have feelings for, either in a romantic way or in any other agape way, as some Christians will put it, what should be your consideration in that?
Okay, so for example, if you are so he said that it should be a day where you show love, reach out to people. Like I said earlier, appreciation. So you could appreciate him with something, you could appreciate her with something. Your mom could even be your vow. Your dad could be your vow. Anybody around you that you love at that time, or you choose to, you gift them, or you just take them out, or you just go and spend time with them to celebrate. So it's not necessarily gifts. It could be, and then again, it could be what they want. So it could be that, they've been wanting to have something and you choose that day to buy and gift them that. So it depends on who your Valentine is and what you want to do for them.
All right, by the way, one question I asked Ruth earlier on is, in the society today where people who are maybe involved with each other somehow, there is an expectation that this is Valentine, and I'm expecting that I should get something like this from you.
Yeah,
what does that add to it or take away from it?
It's not out of place to expect something, during Valentine or to celebrate Valentine, because one of the love languages is gifts, that is given out.
For some people.
For some people, yes, it might be for some people. So if your partner is a type that appreciates gifts more, why not shower her with gifts? Of course, women have a way of telling you in advance what they would love to receive at a particular time.
She mentioned it. She mentioned it.
So you now have to be sensitive to understand that, okay, this is what this person wants during this period, and then giving it to her or him now, as the case may be, even though we know that it's the hers that always receive more. Giving it to her at that particular time will make a whole lot of sense, and then we'll reinforce the love that we claim to have, for each other. So it's not out of place to gift. It's also not out of place to also give attention. It could be just, I want to be with you. Don't even buy me anything. I just want to be with you throughout today. And that's where we usually have issues, because as we speak today, funnily, some people's lover happens to be another person's lover. So it's on a day like this. It's on a day like this that you are the only.
If
If
both of us are for each other,
you
or not.
understand? If you are the only cockroach in the cupboard, or there are many cockroaches that this guy is giving attention to.
Right.
So if you don't have the attention of your man today, or you don't have the attention of your woman today, just know that you are probably a spare tire in that relationship.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
The truth is correct, Peter, but it's just, that's just it today.
No, but the issue of you said earlier, the issue of hints, which Ruth mentioned earlier, in a situation where these hints are being dropped here and there, you know, as you get along, or as a build up to the day, you know, we're dropping hints here and there. But this guy who is going to be the giver and who is being given the hint, of course, might get the hint, but may not have the wherewithal to ensure that the hints that you're dropping, you know, gets fulfilled. In a situation like that where you're not able to meet the hints, and then there seem to be friction here and there, in some instances, you know, you get flashes from somewhere else, like you were saying, you know, you get flashes from somewhere else who the person may not originally be, but because you want this thing, fine. So this person who I'm giving time to and all of that is not giving, you know, I'm not seeing the green light. So let me, you know, you have situations like that. Talk to us.
In a relationship, communication is very vital too.
Right. Absolutely.
Now, if I can't afford for now the hints I'm getting from
There should be that
my partner,
understanding.
there should be a way to manage it. And how will I do that? Is by communicating. You know, there's a way, at least I used a particular style in wooing her in the first place. So I should be able to maintain that style and also getting her to believe in me that today might not be rosy, but of course tomorrow will be better. And you know, it's not as if women are that very difficult to manage. So if you can have your words, if you can have your words with them, they are easily swayed, and of course they won't go to the other man who has a better gift. I bet you.
There's also to add to that, you know, like he said, if he cannot afford it, I think that for the lady, she would appreciate him more if they can have that conversation, and that's where communication comes in. I cannot do it now, but I know this is what you expect. I will do it, and give a time frame, so it's easier to manage that way.
All right, now the on a day like this, how best should we commemorate Valentine's Day? We often talk about the issue of you and the person you are involved with, but if we take it beyond the regular me and you, what should it look like?
It should be a day you share love. You could visit the less privileged, like you said. You could just send something to widows. You just map out something to do outside of lovers. It should be a day, maybe you take your nieces out or your nephews, just do something different. Spend time with the people you love, or gifts to the people you love, or even send love notes or cards or something. It should just be a day that you show love, you appreciate people in your life, and you know, you make sure you tell them.
Well,
an act of service, an act of service is not also out of place. You can volunteer to serve your country. You can volunteer to serve the community on a day like this. This man who we are celebrating Valentine, because you know, aside from sacrifice, he was attending to, you know, patients during the war. He was, getting people married during
soldiers,
you know, that's more like a service. So you can decide to clean the environment. You can decide to, you know, even control traffic. You can decide to do something that will just add value to the society. An organization I belong to will be sharing, what's it called, pads to young girls. It's just a way of, you know, expressing love to this class of people as well.
Interesting. Now, Ruth, let me ask you this question. I recall when we were younger that you could invite a lady to your house or to wherever, or to even to a, you know, a restaurant or something, and then arrange the, you know, the DJ or, you know, whoever the music person is, to play certain collection of songs for the lady. And then you dedicate those songs to the lady. She already gets, you know, gets the idea. And with that, with the collection of those songs alone, you know, the words you couldn't.
It's like you saying those words.
Saying those words.
Absolutely.
And they were very, very, very impactful and effective.
Yes.
How is that today, though?
like you said, when we were younger.
Oh,
We were
okay.
younger then. Some
Okay.
things we could not afford. So it was the quickest way. Oh, go do this collection, put it on a CD, and you gift her. So now we're in a position to do more. I think that's why people are doing more. It's more commercialized now. So people are going all out and doing things to just commemorate the day.
All right. Ashwaju, that's not as effective as it used to be anymore.
Oh, well, times
Things have changed.
Yeah, of course, and
Okay.
we just have to adapt with what is obtainable.
All right. We have to leave it here now. Ruth Highway, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thank
About
you.
me, okay, Ashwaju, thank you for coming.
It's a pleasure.
And happy Valentine's Day to both of you.
Valentine's Day to you
Great,
guys.
great.